Welcome to the motherfucking masterclass, everybody. I hope everyone's having the best day of their entire lives. I'm super excited to have you guys all here. This is going to be epic. This is going to be super epic. I put together a fire presentation for you guys, and I want to help you guys make money. So it's the best time of the year to sign clients. We all know that New Year's is right around the corner, and that means that you have an opportunity to make a lot of money and transform a lot of people's lives. So as you guys are tuning in, what's up? If you're watching this on Instagram, you guys can tap the Zoom link in my bio if you guys want to come hang out on Zoom and get all the goodies and get all the value and just get all the energy. So Zoom link's in my bio. If you're here and you're on Zoom, let's hear some fucking wins. So let's type some wins into the chat box. Let's hear it. Jaden, I see you, bro. What's up? I love it. Nolan, my man, what's up? I see you, Nolan. What's going on? Made a new ebook for leads. I love that. What's up, Mike? How you doing, brother? Got a lot of my clients here. This is dope. So as you're tuning in, what we like to do is we always start with wins. So type some wins into the chat box. Just re-sign a client for 6 months, $1,200 paid in full. Seth, let's fucking go, dog. Launch a new product. I love it. Nolan, what's up? What's up? Michael Sheedy, what's good? What's good? Got 6 calls booked for tomorrow. I renewed a client for 16 weeks. Hell yes. Just signed a new client 15 minutes ago. I love that. Made my 2024 vision board. Let's go, Sammy. Cool. Let's hear some wins, y'all. Let's hear some wins. My client lost 50 pounds this year. Hell yes. Spoke on my first podcast, slayed it and dropped value. Boom. Record training month last month, $18,160. Jennifer, let's fucking go. I love that. So good. Made it to 2024 vision, and as well as I got my certifications. Boom. All right, guys. Well, I'm super excited. And if you guys have been to any of my trainings before, you guys know that I don't like to waste any time. I want to get right into it. I want to give you guys value because I don't know about you guys, but I hate when the trainer just comes on with a bunch of fluff. And so we all had a good Christmas. We're all good. The thing about doing Christmas, you guys, is when we take some time off and we enjoy our holidays, sometimes it can be hard for us to get back into momentum. And so I want you guys to focus on today's training. I'm going to give you guys 5 strategies that you guys can implement today to start signing clients for January 1st. It's going to be up to you to take action on these strategies because when we take some time off of Christmas, we basically kind of take our foot off the gas and we ease out. And so we have to work our way back into momentum. So everybody type it in the chat, work your way back into momentum, because when we're coming off of a holiday, it's really easy to just like kind of chill. But guys, these last few days of the month, you guys need to be going fucking hard because these last few days of the month is when this is like online trainer heaven right now. Everybody just ate a bunch of Christmas food. They're not feeling the very best. And this is where you guys can come in with your service and your offer, and we can really make an impact on some people's lives. So we have to know that coming back from the holidays is going to be harder mentally for us to get back into the grind. We got to, everybody write this in the chat, embrace the grind. Embrace that it's going to be a little bit harder to get yourself back in momentum. And just like, when a car stalls in the middle of the road, it takes a little bit of a push to get us back into it. It's going to be like that with your business. So if you're feeling like, it's a little bit hard to get back into your business, I want you to know that like that's completely normal. That's called entrepreneurship. And when we take some time off, we always have to work our way back in. Okay, so let's talk about setting yourselves up for New Year's success. That's why you guys are all here. And it's right after the holidays. And so what we need to be thinking about is like January 1st is right around the corner. What are most people experiencing right now, right after the holidays? Some people type it in the chat. So it's right after the holidays. All of your clients in your audience, what are most people experiencing? Guilt, regret, bloating, weight gain. Exactly. I'm going to walk you guys through my experience and you guys can let me know if this resonates. I ate a lot of food over the Christmas holidays. I definitely woke up a few pounds heavier, and I'm a personal trainer. Well, I'm not a personal trainer, but I'm a fitness coach, fitness professional. So if I'm a fitness professional and I gained a few pounds after the holidays, now I know what I need to do to lose it. Your audience doesn't. Your audience is probably holding a little bit of extra water weight and they feel like they're a lot bigger than usual. And your audience might have their belly sticking out a little bit. They might be feeling guilty about the fact they ate a bunch of Christmas food. And so if I'm feeling that and I'm a personal trainer, I guarantee you that there are people in your audience that are also feeling that. And so we need to be marketing to that right now. All right. We need to market to that right now. We need to market to the fact that you might have gained a few of extra pounds over the holidays. Here's some of the things that you guys can do to lose it. We need to be giving away free value in our content on why you didn't actually gain 5 pounds of body fat, how it's water weight. And this is the thing, you guys, we need to be giving people practical solutions because the holiday excuse is no longer an excuse. Because just say me in the chat box. If you got a bunch of people saying they're going to wait till after the holidays, just say me in the chat box if you got that. 100%, right? But the holiday excuse ended on December 26th because it's not the holiday anymore. We're heading into 2023 now. We're heading into the New Year's, which means for the people who have been putting it off to the New Year, that's not really an excuse anymore. That being said, your marketing should be directed towards that idea. Gaining a few pounds over the holidays. Holidays are over. New Year's is around the corner. 2023 is starting in less than 5 days. That should be the language that you guys are using in your marketing, okay? And I think this is more important. It's more important now than ever to ensure that you're marketing social proof as much as humanly possible. Why? Because everybody's feeling guilty about the holidays. Everybody's feeling a little bit fluffy from the holidays, and a lot of those people would love to see it come off. And so if they see a coach, they see Jaden on the newsfeed posting all these amazing transformations, all these client wins, all these people that are losing weight, and I'm feeling guilty about the weight that I put on, I'm more likely to reach out to Jaden because I know that he has a solution to my problem. Also, they're going to be more likely to take action now because they're feeling that pain, because they want to get out of the pain of feeling fluffier. They want to get out of the pain of like feeling like they gained a little bit of weight. They want to join the wave of the New Year's resolutioners, and they want a fresh start, right? Everybody wants a fresh start. So right now is the time to be marketing social proof. And this is the time to be putting forth your best client results. And so strategy number one, everybody write this in the comments. Strategy number one is the best clients of 2023 series. Strategy number one to sign 5 to 10 clients for January 1st is the best clients of 2023 series. It's the end of the year, which is the perfect excuse for you to market your best transformations. These are the clients that you've already worked with that you might have posted their social proof 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 9 months ago. For the next week and a half, the number one most important thing that you guys should be doing on your social medias across the board, period, is marketing the best transformations of 2023. We're at a point right now where the New Year's closing, and instead of thinking people like, I'm going to wait till after the holidays, they're looking for a fitness trainer now, which means they're looking for you. And so great marketing is about meeting people where they're at, joining the conversations that's happening inside of their head. And for me, that means that you need to be showcasing your best client transformations of 2023. And you need to do it every day, make it a habit, and make it a ritual. So I'm going to give you guys a hack. I want you guys to set an alarm on your phone every morning, 7 in the morning. For the next 7 days, what I want you to do is I want you to scroll back at 7 o'clock, find one of your best transformations, post it on your Instagram story, and you can either do a talking slide series, being like, this is my client, John, and he's lost 15 pounds with me in 2023. And these were some of the things that we worked on together. When John first came to me, he was struggling with under eating. He had no idea how to train, and he was like lacking focus and lacking clarity. We got John on a structured meal plan, working out 3 days a week, and he was able to lose 15 pounds. As you can see in this photo, this is him when he struggled with belly fat. As you can see in this photo, he's now shredded with a 6-pack. Super proud of my man, John. Now, you don't have to do a call to action with every single transformation that you guys post, because for the next 7 days, what we're basically doing is we want to just plant a bunch of seeds. For the next 7 days, what we want to do is we basically just want to let our audience know we have the solution to their problem. Now, I don't need to discuss with you guys why testimonials are the best form of sales for your business, but we do need to cover the best way to position them. And so I'm going to type these in the chat box. I'll just do a quick little screen share for you guys because I feel like that'll be easier. So this is the best way to market testimonials. So I'm just going to zoom in so you guys can see. Number one, the face needs to be visible in both photos. This is ideal. All right. This is the ideal way to post testimonials. The face should be visible in both photos. Okay. Why? Because it's more relatable. If you can see somebody's face, it's more relatable. And oftentimes when somebody can see somebody's face transformation, like where they go from sad to happy, that's usually how it looks. So that will make a difference. Number two, if possible, they should be tagged on Instagram and Facebook. Somebody tell me why that is in the comments. If possible, they should be tagged on Instagram and Facebook. So when you post a transformation on Facebook, you're like, my client Sarah's lost 15 pounds with me in the last 16 weeks, or she lost 15 pounds with me in 2023. This is her story, blah, 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 blah. And you actually tag her. Why? Relatability and increased reach, so they can share it. Exactly. So they can share it, so they can comment on it. Because if they comment on their own post, you can leave them like a positive review. And that also is going to look good for anybody that comes to your newsfeed and sees their actual comment being like, oh my God, like Jaden's the best coach ever. So if possible, they should be tagged on Facebook and Instagram. The photo needs to be clear and visible so you can see noticeable changes. All right. This should be like common practice, but I see it happening all the time. Get photos where you can see a visible difference, you guys. If you're posting a before and after and they look the exact same, it's not going to do anything for your audience. The purpose of a before and after is to show visual transformation. Put what they do for work in the description of the photo. Why? Because it makes it more relatable. If you're like, this is my client, Sarah, she's actually a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't have a lot of time for herself because she's always working with kids. This is what we were able to do with her in 16 weeks. Or this is my client, John, he works a busy 9-to-5 office job and he's always on the go. And we were still able to make fitness fit into his schedule. Now, if you got somebody in your audience that also has a career job, they're going to relate to that transformation. They're going to be like, well, if John can do it, I can do it. Does that make sense? Just type "make sense" in the chat box. And last but not least, this is super important. specific results in the headline of the post. Don't try to come up with a sexy headline. Put the specific results that the client got in the time period that they got them. As an example, my client Sarah lost 15 pounds in 16 weeks working with me. My client Janine lost 15 pounds and 2 inches off of her waist in our 6-month transformation program. Put the specific results in the specific time period so that when your audience sees that post, they can see themselves in that transformation. That way, if Sarah comes across your newsfeed, she's going to be like, oh, well, this happened in 16 weeks. Then maybe I can do that in 16 weeks. Make sense? Cool. Now, the best part about doing the best client of 2023 transformation series is you can repost stuff that you guys have already posted. Like we've already posted our best social proof. So just grab the best stuff and post it again. Now, if you don't have ideal photos for your best transformation, that's fine. This is the optimal way to post them. So I'm going to type this in the chat box so you guys can steal this as well. If you're on Zoom, you get the notes. If you're not on Zoom, then you need to get on Zoom. Start a series and start it today on your Instagram stories. You can also post your best clients of 2023 and have a little Instagram highlight that you guys do. You guys can also do this on your newsfeed. Everybody type this in the chat box. Testimonials get the least amount of likes, but the most amount of clients. Testimonials get the least amount of likes, but the most amount of clients. A lot of you guys are afraid to post testimonials on your newsfeed because you're whenever I post before and after is they never get a lot of engagement. That's the point. They're not going to get a lot of engagement, but they're going to sign the most amount of clients. And so again, if you guys want to post on your newsfeed, do it. Instagram stories, do it. Start a series and start it now. I also would highly recommend that you guys make it a part of your newsfeed strategy because the more attention that you guys can bring to the results that you were able to create in 2023, the more likely that somebody's going to think that you're the coach for them in 2024. So the best clients of 2023 series is an excuse to blast your best transformations. And, these are some of the transformations you guys might have already posted a bunch of times. But again, because we're making it a series, you guys can literally just recycle and reuse some of those transformations. And some of your audience members that they might not have seen those posts and they might have seen them, but seen them again as a good refresher. Cool. So today I want you to start the series, post your best client transformations and talk about what you did to help that client get results. If this is helpful so far, type hell yes in the chat box. We got 5 strategies. This is 1 of 5. Cool. All right. Strategy number 2, new program launch, January 1st. For some reason, you guys, and I don't know why this is, human beings like the idea of new program launch. I'm launching this new thing. And so the strategy number 2 is you're launching a new program starting January 1st, 2024. And this is a program that you guys are already doing. It's kind of just taking the same thing and packaging it in a different way. There was, I forget what the book was called, but a few years ago, there was a book that was released and it was about having conversations. The book got released. It had a bad name, bad cover, didn't sell out. The author changed the name of the book and changed the cover and it became a bestseller. I wish I knew what the book was called, but the base idea is that you can take the same thing and market it in a different way and it will perform better. So your 16-week transformation program, instead of just launching it as your 16-week transformation program, what if you called it something new? Talk about how you're taking on 10 clients to start January 1st for a 16-week new transformation program. It could be this idea of New Year Best You or whatever it is. Somebody type your avatar in the chat box. Go ahead and type your avatar in the chat box and I'll give you guys some different ideas. But you can take something that your avatar would want and make a new 16-week program, which is basically the same thing, but you're putting a different wrapping on it. So it is the 16-week Busy Mom Best You 2024 program. It's the 16-week Best Body Business Owner Transformation Program. You guys can go into ChatGPT. I'm not the best at coming up with ideas on the spot, but go into ChatGPT, type your avatar name and say, give me 10 different ideas for a 16-week transformation program name that I could utilize to market my program. And this is what you're going to launch. So people love the idea of new. So marketing something as a new idea and repackaging it to be your 16-week transformation program is going to lead to a big uptake in your business. Now, the best part about this, if you're announcing that you're launching a new program on January 1st, on your Instagram stories, what you guys can do is you can put a countdown timer and you can talk about this new program launch that you're doing. And now there's a deadline associated with this new program. So people are going to be more likely to take action because there's urgency associated with it. Does that make sense? From feast to beast. I love that. From feast to beast, 16-week transformation program. So with this new program that you guys are going to launch, you can create an Instagram post. I'm going to give you guys a structure that you guys can use and an Instagram story series. And with your Instagram story series, you can post it as a highlight. On your Instagram story, you're going to make a slide series about how this new program You're going to launch it. It's exciting. It's a 16-week program. It starts January 1st, and you're going to structure it like this. So again, if you're on the Zoom call, you get all the goodies. If you're not on the Zoom call, you need to join the Zoom call. The link is in my bio. Countdown timer is super easy. When you're posting an Instagram story, there's a little option at the top where if you press the option, it'll give you a bunch of things that you can add to your Instagram stories, and you can add a countdown timer. But I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you guys the structure, and I will type this in the chat box so you guys can have this as well. So slide number 1 will be program name 16-week transformation program. So as an example, the New Year Best You 16-week transformation program. So that's slide number 1 of Instagram stories. And if you were going to do an Instagram post, you guys can make a 1 Canva graphic. So just like the 16-week New Year Best You transformation program, and then you can pin it on your Instagram profile. If you're going to make an Instagram story slide series, this is what it looks like. So slide number 1 is the New Year Best You transformation program. Use a photo of one of your best clients. Slide number 2 is going to be a call to action. So it's going to say, I'm looking for 10 committed men who want to lose 20 to 30 pounds in the first 16 weeks of 2024. Slide number 3, who this is for. So this is for the man that's busy and doesn't have time to go to the gym. This is for the man that's sick and tired of looking in the mirror and not liking the person that he sees looking back at him. And this is for the man who knows that he wants to lose the weight, but he's having a hard time because he's tried a bunch of different fad diets. Who this is not for is slide number 4. This is not for you if you're lazy and unmotivated. This is also not for you if you're not prepared to put in the work. What's included on slide number 5? So in slide number 5, you're going to talk about the features and benefits. So 16 weeks of custom nutrition programs updated on a weekly basis. A 16-week training program customized to your specific goals so that you always make progress. Weekly check-ins to hold you accountable to make sure that you're losing weight. Access to a private community where there's going to be other people that are going through this transformation journey with you, so you're not alone. Slide number 6, what are the expected outcomes? At the end of 16 weeks, you'll be down 20 to 30 pounds. You'll be in the best shape of your life, more mentally and physically clear than you've ever been, and more confident than you've ever been in your fitness journey. With my 16-week transformation program, you'll also be so well-versed on training and nutrition that you'll be able to continue this on your own. Slide number 7, when is the program start date? January 1st, 2024. And again, if you guys go to your Instagram stories, there's a little countdown timer at the top. You can just slide down, grab the countdown timer, put it on your stories. And then how do I apply on slide number 8? You say, tap the link in my bio or send me a DM that says new me. So again, if you're on the Zoom call, I'm going to give you guys all of these things, and we're going to market this as a new thing. This is a new thing that we're launching January 1st because people absolutely love this idea of new. I don't know why. It's human nature. We love new stuff. So I'm going to pause for a minute because on my trainings, I like to over deliver with the value. And I know I've firehosed you guys so far. So if you have a question, I'm going to type some questions in the chat box and I'll read them out. So Mel, is it a good idea to do this if I've already been marketing a 6-week challenge? No, great question. You only want to be marketing one thing to your audience at one time. One thing at one time. If you're marketing too many things to your audience, you guys, if you've already started a 6-week challenge, then do your 6-week challenge. If you market too many things to your audience at once, they're not going to know what thing to take action on, and they're just not going to take action. So Mel, if you've already announced that you're doing a 6-week challenge, then stick with your 6-week challenge. If you have no game plan for New Year's, this is your new game plan, right? So one offer, one audience. This is also the same reason why I advise you guys not to put link trees in your bio, because if you put a link tree in your bio, there's 3 different offers in a link tree. People won't know what to take action on, so they just won't take action. So great question. Love this. Regarding strategy number 1, what do you do if you're a new coach and you have no testimonials or very few? So Chris, great question. If you're a new coach and you have no testimonials, January 1st might be the time to start a free 14-day challenge for you. This isn't something I usually recommend because January 1st is when a lot of people are taking action. However, if you're a new coach, it's one of those things that you need testimonials to get clients, but you need clients to get testimonials. And so inside of the Change Lives Academy, what we advise is that if you're a new coach doing a free 14-day challenge where you work with 20 to 40 people, get them amazing results. And like 14 days is a long enough time period to actually help people see physical transformations. Then you can use those transformations to market your offer, and you'll also sign a few of those clients. So again, if you're a new coach, I wouldn't recommend running a free 14-day challenge ever on January 1st because a lot of people are taking action, but you did ask. So that's what I would ask. That's what I would say. Jaden, is this a carousel post with the slides? So great question. When I designed this training for you guys, I designed it with the idea of doing an Instagram story slide series, Jaden. However, this would also make a great Instagram carousel post. So if you wanted to make a carousel post on Canva, this would make a great carousel post. So yes. Or Jaden, another thing you could do with that structure I just gave you is you could use that structure to write an Instagram post, just like a written caption. And then you could just post, like a fire photo of you like flexing, saying like, check out my new program or whatever, but it would make a good carousel post. What is an example of a pivot we can make to make it new? So Chris, everybody write this in the comments. It becomes new when you name it a new thing. That's literally it. And so you're launching this new 16-week transformation program for X person. This is what's included. It becomes new as soon as you say new. It's like new and improved. I'm trying to think of like a product, Coca-Cola as an example. Coca-Cola has been around for fucking decades, okay? Decades, forever. And every time they come up with like a new flavor of Coca-Cola or like Coke Zero and Diet Coke is the same fucking shit. Tell me I'm wrong. But when Coke Zero came out, they're like, we came out with this new flavor, Coke Zero. It's the exact same as Diet Coke, but they just marketed it as a new thing. People went and they bought Coke Zero. It's the same thing with your guys' offer. We're offering the same thing. It becomes new when we package it a different way. Does that make sense? So the new, Chris, is the way that you're approaching it in your marketing. It's like at the end of the day, let's be honest, you guys, at the end of the day, every single online trainer on this call is selling the exact same thing, period. Tell me I'm wrong. We're all selling the same thing. It's training and nutrition. How you position it to your audience is going to determine whether they take action with you or somebody else. Does that make sense? We're all selling training and nutrition. The people that they're going to purchase off of is the ones that market to them specifically. Because let's say Jaden posts that he's hosting, he does 16 weeks of training and nutrition. Let's say Caitlin B is like, I'm hosting the 16-week Fit Mom transformation program, and I'm a mom that wants to be fit. I'm going to go for Caitlin's because it's marketed to me in a better way. Does that make sense? And so it's about your avatar, what they want, and it's about positioning it as new. As soon as you name it something new, it becomes new. Cool. So we've got strategy number 1 so far, which is the best clients of 2023 series. Strategy number 2, which is the new program launch. If you guys are getting value so far, drop a hell yes in the chat box. Strategy number 3. We're on to number 3. This is fun. I like seeing as a lot of my clients here. This is a good time. Reading some of the chats. Sammy, yes. Mr. Bond, hell yes. Pedro, hell yes. Cool. This is fun. All right. Strategy number 3. Go back into Calendly and Typeforms and Hunt. This is one that a lot of you guys forget about for some reason. I guarantee you, for those of you guys that take action on this after this training, you're going to make a lot of money. There's people in your Calendly right now that have booked calls with you for the last 365 days. If you're my client, you got a lot of fucking people, right? This is how I went from 3K to 11K. Exactly. There's a lot of people that you've already talked to this year that are interested in working with you. They just forgot about you and you forgot about them. This is another strategy that will help you guys land 5 to 10 clients for January 1st. In my opinion, this is one of the most underutilized strategies to sign in clients. Everybody write this in the comments. Persistence is everything. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. There's a guy on the Zoom call. His name's Nolan. Nolan, are you here? Nolan, if you're here, say hi. I'm a very busy entrepreneur, very busy individual. And so I don't really have a lot of time for a lot of people, straight up. My wife and Nolan is here. I've got time for my wife, my best friend, and my clients. That's pretty much it. And so there's this kid named Nolan who's in the chat box. And Nolan is a 21-year-old entrepreneur that's like trying to come up in life. And he hosts these like football boot camps where he gets a bunch of kids together and he gives back to these kids, these high school kids. He does it for free. It's a nonprofit. He's just doing something really cool. So last year I spoke at his event and he's wanted to hang out with me since that time. And I'm fucking busy. So I just keep saying, no, don't have the time. Nolan follows up with me every fucking week. Hey, Brian, hope you're having a great day, bro. Just wanted to check in and let you know that I see you. Love to connect. Love to meet up. He was so persistent for so long. We actually had our first workout this morning. I connected with him. He's a great fucking kid. But the reason he broke through is because persistence is everything. You guys, there's people that you've had a conversation with 1 or 2 months ago that want to join your program, but they said no because it wasn't the right time. It's actually proven in sales. Everybody write this in the chat box. It usually takes 7 follow-ups with people in order to nail down the sale. Most of you guys write them off as soon as they say no once. 7 follow-ups. It's because people are bad at making commitments, you guys. They're bad at making commitments. Out of curiosity, my clients that are here, how many of you guys signed up maybe the 5th or 6th time that I reached out to you? Say LOL me in the chat box if you're my client. It was maybe the 5th or 6th time that I had a conversation with you. Look at my fucking clients. Exactly. Jaden, LOL me. Exactly. 3rd time for me. So Jaden, if I would have given up on you the first time you said no, you wouldn't have had that fucking podcast. I wouldn't have made an impact on your life and you wouldn't be transforming people's lives. Mel, if I would have given up on you the first time that you fucking said no to me, then you wouldn't be an online coach. You wouldn't be impacting people's lives. You guys understand what I'm saying? So Jaden, if you give up on people the first time that they say no, there's going to be a lot of motherfuckers that are overweight because you didn't have the persistence to follow up with them again. Guys, people are afraid of making commitments. And so by utilizing this simple idea that you just want to respark conversations and restart, like reconnect with people, is going to lead to you guys breaking through and making more money than you've ever made in your life. So I'm going to give you guys a very simple messaging sequence. Again, if you're on the Zoom call, you get the messaging sequence. If you're not on the Zoom call, sucks to suck. Go in my bio. Oh, what's up, Cole? Cole's here. This is the messaging sequence right here. Okay, cool. Right here. Hey, Jaden, I just wanted to shoot you a message and say happy holidays. Send. I also wanted to let you know our rates will be increased on January 1st. Are you still interested in losing that 20 pounds that you said you wanted to lose? Would be one example of a follow-up. Another one that's less invasive, because two things. One, the goal is obviously to sign the client. But Jaden, let's say you haven't talked to this client in a while and they're just disappeared off the face of the planet. Everybody writes in the chat. Goal number one would be to get them to respond. So you could say something like, hey, Jaden, just wanted to check in and say happy holidays. Hope you had a great Christmas. Or how was your Christmas? Just say fucking hi, basically, is what I'm saying. Say fucking hi and get them to respond. If you can get them to respond at that point, you can be like, cool, 6 months ago, you mentioned that you wanted to lose 20 pounds. How's that going? Right? How's that going? We can have a conversation with them. We just want to get them to respond. If we can get them to respond, at that point, we can have a conversation. We can make them an offer. I'm just curious because we've got a bunch of people here. Out of show of hands, how many of you guys send out 25 to 50 DMs a day in your audience? That's less than 10% of the fucking call that I can see. Y'all are leaving money on the table. Y'all are leaving money on the table. I'm telling you guys, there's a lot of people in your audience that want to work with you. You just need to have a conversation with them. And if you're my client and you didn't raise your fucking hand, okay, I see you. I'm watching you, motherfuckers. If you're my client, you didn't raise your hand, come on pod chat so I can roast your ass tomorrow. But guys, there's a lot of people in your audience that want to work with you, and it's going to take some follow-up. So let's make sure that we hit up the people that are in our Calendly and our Typeforms. I just want to also show you guys, how many of you guys know how to go into past events on Calendly? Say me, the chat box. If you don't, I'm going to show you guys how to go into past events so you guys can see. Event types. Let's take a look around. Schedule events, event types, schedule events. Cool. So do a quick little screen share and show you guys. Share screen. So if you go into Calendly, you go over to the little sidebar here, right here. You'll see these little icons. Scheduled events, workflows, routing, etc. Go to scheduled events and just go to past. This is where you guys are going to find all of your people that you've had a conversation with in the last 365 days. If you're not using Calendly, this is an invitation to do so. In your Typeforms, you guys just go into your Typeforms and load all the people that have applied for your program. You can the ideal method would be to send them a message on Instagram, because if you can get them to respond to you on Instagram, it's easier to book a call. If you don't have their Instagram handle from their Typeform, then you can just send them an email. Cool. If this is making sense so far, type makes sense in the comments. Carrie says, I get zero interaction on my social media posts. We got some more work to do, girl. I'm going to talk to you guys about how I can help you improve your social media. If you're getting zero engagement on all of your posts, that just tells me that we need to work on your social media game. And I want you to know that it's very possible to grow an online business, even if you're starting from scratch. Mike Saborn, are you here, bro? Mikey boy, you here?
Yo, what's up?
What's up? So when you first started, talk a little bit about your social media when you first started, just so everybody has an understanding of where you're at.
When I started, I had about 150 views. Before I started with Academy, I didn't do a single thing for online coaching or training. And now November, I made $7,800.
$7,800. And you said you had 6 calls booked for tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Cool. And just so everybody knows, how long have you been working on your social media?
I've been with you since last Christmas, but consistency probably in 6 months.
Last 6 months. So you guys, even if you're starting from scratch, I want you to know that it's very possible to be making a lot of money with your social media. And Mike, can you tell them a little bit about your about the other joys that have welcomed into your life in the last little bit?
I became a father early October. My son was born 11 weeks early. So me and the wife were in a hospital, living there for 11 weeks, for about 8 weeks. And within that time, I was still grinding, posting content, doing what I had to do. And that's when I made almost $8,000. I also ran a free 14-day challenge for 15 nurses in the department where my kid was.
Boom! You fucking did that. I love that. Gangster. Guys, so even if you're brand new at social media, this shit works. Obviously, you have to put in the fucking work. But for those of you guys who are like, I get no engagement with my social media posts, I understand. That's okay. That just means you have to start, you might have to start from the beginning. That's all good. And for those of you guys, the 15 nurses, the 14-day challenge, that's fucking gangster. Because those of you guys that actually listen to the Change Lives Make Money on the Trainer podcast, you heard me and Mike ideate that. So that's really fucking cool. Really cool. Good job, Mike. Cool. All right. Strategy number 4. Write this in the chat. Hit up all past clients. Guys, you already got people that trust you. You already got people that have worked with you, whether that be this year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. It doesn't fucking matter. January 1st is the start of something new, baby. We're starting something new. So we're going to follow the same blueprint that we did for our prospect applications, and we're going to start spark conversations with old clients. And again, out of curiosity, I'm not calling anyone out, don't worry. Out of curiosity, how many of you guys hit up your old clients on a regular monthly basis? Raise your hand. Guys, this is Jayton. My fucking clients have their hands up. Pedro, get your hand up, dog. This is something you need to start doing. Guys, you're leaving money on the table. People have already told you that they like working with you. They already trust you. So why would we not hit up these people, right? There's people in your audience that have already paid you once. They will pay you again. So we're going to use the same kind of like strategy that we did to respark conversations with our leads, you guys. And we're just going to hit up our old clients. This is something that I would recommend that you guys do on a monthly basis. On the 30th of every month, what I would do is I would pick a batch of people that you guys used to work with and just connect with them. Yo, Mike, I miss you, bro. How you been? Just say hi. Happy holidays, Jasmine. I just wanted to reach out and see how you've been doing. Especially if you've worked with them in the past, they will fucking respond to you 100%. So if you worked with them in the past, they will respond. So guys, like hit up your old clients. They're there, they're waiting. And again, when we're hitting up people, when we're like actually just restarting that conversation, our only goal is to get them to respond. So SJR, what's the intro script? All I want you to do, SJR, is be like, hey, Jasmine, happy holidays. Just wanted to reach out and see how you've been doing. That's it. That's all you need to say. You just want to get them to respond. After you get them to respond, you guys can go into the DM script and you guys can start a conversation with them. But again, all you want to do is to get them to respond. You guys are going to be shocked at how many people you're going to sell on a monthly basis if you like add this into your calendar. 30th of every month, go in to your past clients, pick a batch of people and hit them up. So strategy number 4 is to hit up all your past clients. Making sense? Cool. Last strategy, last and definitely not least. This one is one of my favorites because it doesn't really require a lot of extra work. And those of you guys that have been signing clients in December, you can use this starting today. So strategy number 5, shout out every client who takes action on your program. And again, this is one of those things that I would recommend that you guys do not only for the next 7 days, but also on a consistent and regular basis because it builds community, it builds desire, and it creates FOMO. Now, FOMO, what the definition of FOMO is, it's the fear of missing out. And that's the feeling that you guys used to get in high school when there'd be a big party and like you weren't invited, or maybe you were invited and you like weren't sure if you wanted to go or not. FOMO might also be the reason that you showed up to this masterclass because you're like, shit, I know that's going to be good and I don't want to miss out. Everybody writes in the chat. Anytime somebody signs up, shout them out. Fear of missing out drives people to take action. And so Jaden, for every client that you signed this month, I want you to make an Instagram story about them. Just literally like, so there's 2 ways to do it. Number 1, you can go on Canva and you can make a little graphic that says blank just joined the team, DM fat loss for more info. So you can put like their name, just join the team. Or you can just grab an amazing photo of you on post on your Instagram stories and just say, Sarah Johnson just committed to the new year, new you 16-week transformation program. Only 9 spots left. DM new me for more info. Anytime somebody signs up, shout them out. And boom, guys, just like that, you're celebrating your clients for taking action, as well as creating fear of missing out in your audience. This is one of the single best ways to market your program without marketing your program. And it's going to massively increase the amount of inbound DMs that you guys are going to get from that program. Cool. So I'm going to drop these strategies in the chat box and we're going to take a couple questions. So if you guys have questions about anything we've talked about so far, drop it in the chat box. So I'd love to answer. I'm actually going to take a couple people up. So if you have a question, you want to ask it on Zoom, feel free to raise your hand. I'm going to take a couple questions on Zoom. So if you want to actually ask me directly, feel free to raise your hand. So we got Leo and we'll take 2 more. So we got Leo, raise your hand on Zoom. There's a little button. You guys can press a little emoji and then you can raise your hand. Or I think it's on reactions or something like that. And Pedro and Juan. Okay, we got 3. Leo, what's up, dog? You got to turn your camera on though. That's the rule.
All right.
What up, G?
How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How can I serve you today?
Okay, so I just had this little question because I actually talked with you before in the DMs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to, well, I have 2 questions. First one is, how can I grow my accounts, have more followers so that they can engage with my stories? And second question is that how should I do my pricing? What's the average price for a monthly basis subscription to an online coach?
Cool. So I'm going to answer both questions. One is like, it's a surface level answer, but it's as deep as I can go for the time that we have. Guys, if you want to grow your Instagram account, you need to be posting at least 5 times a week and paying attention to the content that works and doubling down on whatever's working. Unless you're posting 5 times a week, you will not be able to collect enough data to know what works and what doesn't. Once you start posting 5 times a week, out of those videos, let's say the average one gets 200 to 300 views and one of them gets to 1,500 views. Whatever one got to 1,500 views, I want you to study that one. Ask yourself, why did this video get views? Was it the hook, the first few seconds of the video? Was it the topic of the video? Was it because I was talking about, losing body fat? Was it because I filmed it in the gym versus filming it in the kitchen? Was it the length of the video? So post 5 times a week, pay attention to what videos work, and double down on that video style. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's growing your Instagram following. How much do you charge? You should start out at $250 to $300 and then increase your prices from there. That's the average monthly coaching. Those of you guys that are my clients, type in your monthly rate in the chat box, just so everybody that's not our client can kind of like see what the average is, because we've got a bunch of people from the Change Lives Academy here. So 300, 350, 300, 250, 300 per month, 249, 325, 420. So I would say anywhere from 250 to 300 would be the average. Cool?
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Cool. I'm going to take Pedro. What's going on, brother? How can I serve you?
Hey, what's up? My question is pretty simple. I just wanted to ask, dude, that was so valuable. Like, by the way, thank you.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to ask, should we follow up with like the people from Calendly and Typeforms right now or in January 1st, whenever we launch the new
right
thing?
now. The reason you should, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. The reason you guys should follow up right now is when people are feeling the pain. Right now is when people they either stepped on the scale and they hated what they saw, or they're avoiding the scale because they don't want to see how much weight they've gained. All of us do it, including me. I did not want to step on the fucking scale this morning. I was like, fuck. So right now is the optimal time just to be like, hey, what's going on? Just wanted to check in, get them to respond to you. And they're going to know why you're messaging them. And they'll still message you back because they're in the pain right now. So the optimal time to do that is right now.
Bet. Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome, brother. And last question we're going to take on the Zoom would be Coach Juan. What's up, King?
What's up, Brian?
How you doing, brother?
Doing amazing. Thank you for the value, for the content, man. I've been following for a couple months right now. It's really impressive. So I have a couple questions. I've been having a coaching business. This year hasn't been really good. I don't know any recommendations. Instagram is not getting the engagement that I would like to. But right now I'm using TikTok and sort of getting the engagement. So I know that you mentioned 5 days a week, posts, but have you thought about LinkedIn platforms? What are your thoughts on different platforms?
Everybody write this in the chat box. Instagram is king. I truly do think Instagram is king. It is the fucking move for you guys, for your coaching business. It is the single best platform to sign online coaching clients, period. I do have clients on LinkedIn, bro. But I just think that if the good news about you, one is that if you've been posting consistently on Instagram for the last few months, that means the potential is there. We just need to figure out what content to double down on. And I want everybody write this in the chat box. Oftentimes just write 3 feet from gold. A lot of you guys are 1 or 2 micro shifts away from building a really successful business, especially if you're already consistent. And so I wouldn't take your eye off the ball with Instagram, bro. I would double down on Instagram and I would figure out what works on Instagram.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, brother. All right, guys. So if you got a ton of value from today, drop some fire in the chat. Cool. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.